Say with me now, chat. Say with me now. What is it? There it is. Let's go. Yay. Welcome, everyone. Oh. There it is. There it is. Welcome, everyone. Oh, my God, already. I'm already getting the love. All the love in the stream. Chris says, welcome. Go, go, Juicy Herman. Boom, 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 boom. Goddamn right, Chris says, welcome to the stream. Awesomic, thank you for resubscribing 8 months in a goddamn row. Awesomic, you better discuss the amazing soundtrack of this movie and young Johnny Young Bosk, voice of the anime, and something. Thank you for the subscription, Awesomic. Really do appreciate it, my man. Thank you. Look at the podcast. Damn these ads. Oh no, the ads. I'm sorry, guys. They play. You know, you could avoid the ads. You could avoid the ads by getting that subscription. Whether you have a Twitch Prime subscription, which you can get with your Amazon Prime account, or you pay $4.99 a month, access to a whole bunch of emotes, and of course, avoiding the commercials, ad-free viewing. But a pleasure to have you here. Lucky Dog Podcast. Arrow Senpai, welcome. Ashtray bitch. Oh, he's so scary. Sarah, good to see you. Happy stream day. Thank you, Sarah. Welcome to the stream. Good to see you. Jake Luthor, stop. Juicy time. And I start dancing. I start dancing. That's my theme. No, welcome. Oh, he does a lot of anime now. Oh, that's cool, man. I didn't know that. That's nice. Good for him. Just a quick bit of news. Captain Marvel 2 is officially a go. The writer from WandaVision will pen it. And director in the first movie won't be back. I figured that would be the case. I didn't think they did a very good job, chat. As you know, I'm not the biggest Captain Marvel movie fan. I really like the character in the comics, but I just didn't think they did a good job with that film. Honestly, I think it's one of the weakest Marvel movies to date, in my opinion. I would probably give it a rental. At best, a rental. But, hey, you know, I haven't seen WandaVision. No one has seen fucking WandaVision. Hopefully that writer does a good job. Hopefully they get a good, you know, director in there. Or directing duo or something. But, yeah, I'm glad they got rid of the original directors because they were not right for that original film. Midwest Macabre, welcome to the stream. No, good to see you guys. How you doing? Oh, another subscription. Mr. Lowry, thank you so much. 15 months in a row on a 14th month streak, man. Thank you so much, Mr. Lowry. How you doing today? Our BB is 5 months old now. Is it too late to abort? No, man. He's still going. He's already allowed. We mean abort. He's alive. Our Twitch baby's been here. You can't abort a 5-month-old baby that's already here. What are you talking about, Mr. Lowry, you crazy kid? It's all in the reflexes. Goddamn right it is. Just throw the fucking knife back and, you know, fucking Dave Lopan, he grabs a knife and is like, nice knife. Throws it at Jack Burton. Jack Burton catches it, throws it right back and gets him in the fucking head. That's a good damn move, chat. One of my favorite scenes in Big Trouble from Little China. Here's to you guys. May the wings of liberty never lose a feather. By the way, might have been drinking off stream. It's been a long day at work. I need another extra half hour just to relax, to take in my surroundings, chat, to realize that I'm no longer at work and I'm here among you very kind people who've joined me on this wonderful show. As you guys know, I hit my most recent stretch goal yesterday, and it was to do a scene by scene spoiler breakdown for the classic 1995 film, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers: the movie. And I will do that on this stream, chat. I'm going to do that scene by scene breakdown of that film by scene in just a few moments. But again, I want to welcome all you guys to the stream. Hope you're all doing very well. Lucky Dog Podcast, happy to be here. Chris is a mega fan. Deers. I don't like the Deers. Sonic and Captain Marvel. I mean, I don't mind Captain Marvel. I just don't particularly like the cinematic version of the character. Duma, good to see you, Duma. I got no beef with Captain Marvel except for the movie coming out before Endgame. Make it look like she was going to be a big deal. Yeah, she was barely in it. She had, maybe 10 minutes of screen time? I think under 10 minutes of screen time. I think it was 9 minutes. Someone chalked into like 9 minutes or something. Yeah, just we didn't give her Ivan Ooze. Well, we're going to get into Ivan Ooze in a hot second. I'm going to have some controversial opinions about Ivan Ooze in this movie, guys. You know what? I'm going to tell you right now. There's things I like and things I definitely don't like about this film. Because I gotta tell you, first of all, I gotta tell you my history of Power Rangers in general. Because I was a Power Rangers kid back in the day. I was a child of the 90s, and we are all obligated to love Power Rangers. We are forced to. Saban told us we have to love them, and I did with all my goddamn heart, man. For multiple seasons. From Mighty Morphin to space. That was my jam. Mr. Logger, school started Tuesday. The most shocking thing to me is that I actually enjoyed being hit. Oh, what? What? Mr. Logger, 1,000 biddies. I didn't even get done reading your first comment. Thank you, man. Seriously, guys, thank you for the subscriptions. Thank you for the donations. Mr. Logger, I'm going to read your comment in a second. Thank you for the 1,000 biddies. I actually enjoy being there. My 20-year-old brain is catching up to my 28-year-old body. Would seem nice, man. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying school. That's good to hear, man. You love to learn. I like that. Austinic, R.I.P. Robert Axelrod. I don't know who that is. Who is Robert Axelrod? Is that one of the cast members of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie? If it is, I'm sorry, Chad. I fucked up, but that is indeed the case. Oh, all right, well, just welcome to the stream. Been missing these live this week because the DT shows coinciding early, but I'll stick for it. No, I have no problem, Ryan. I appreciate it, man. We're going to get right into my Power Rangers review in just a hot second. I know that they're going to be doing the movie review extravaganza tonight at 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. I would have started earlier, guys, but again, work has been fucking killing me. It's the start of the semester right now. I'm just tired when I come home. I got home like at 6:30. I needed some time just to decompress, you know, and to get my notes all straight for, you know, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers : the movie, the 1995 classic. I need to do that for you guys. Mr. Lowry. I've never seen it, but I'd listen to you talk about the Sky Beam Blue, so I'm game. Hey, man, seriously, thank you so much. Thank you for the very generous donation. I really, really do appreciate it. Chris Harris, I spent my night last night watching Arctic Dogs. I saw you sent me a message earlier, man. I just didn't respond to it yet, but I will do so. I will do so in the near future. Definitely. Don, welcome to the stream. Don, you a fan of the Power Rangers? Did you watch them in the 90s like I did? I loved them. Because here's the most baffling thing about monster trucks. So you're talking about everything. Monster trucks to Arctic Dogs, chat. Or Chris Harris, you're going all over the place. We've seen a pre-ready or not Samara Weaving. Oh, as a minor character. Well, good for her. I mean, you know, she's moving up in the world. Thankfully, she's in Ready or Not, which is a great film, chat. Do check that out. Check that out. One of my favorites of 2019. But again, as I said, guys, welcome to the stream. Really appreciate you being here. Thank you for the follows. Thank you for the subs. Thank you for the donations. Before I begin my spoiler-heavy discussion of Power Rangers the movie, I want to thank a few people. Again, guys, thank you for getting me to over 100 plus subs for the month of January. Currently sitting at 118. That's increased since then, I imagine, with your additional subs. That should pop up. That should increase. It's a little bit of a delay here, but it should increase in a bit. Again, thank you guys for getting me to 1,277 followers. I think I've gotten about 150 new followers just this month. So again, thank you so much and welcome to the stream. Again, I want to thank General Sorty or Generals Lordy for the 1,070. Again, talk chat. The 1,745 biddies for being my weekly top donor. I also want to thank my monthly top donor, Fern, with the 2,360 biddies. Thank you so much, man. I really do appreciate it, guys. I also think my brother saw this movie theaters, but there was a power outage also. Robert Axelrod was the voice of Lord Zed. Oh, that's right. Well, we're going to be talking about Lord Zed in this film. He hasn't got a big role in the chat because, you know, Lord Zed, him and Rita Repulsor, got pushed to the side because there's a new fucking villain in town. His name is goddamn Ivan Ooze. He's the new shit. And you might not like what I have to say about Ivan Ooze, chat. I'm of a... I think of a differing opinion among a lot of people in regards to Ivan Ooze. But again, welcome. Mr. Lowry, thank you for the 300 biddies. Big up to those who continue their subscriptions and after receiving free month-long ones. Yeah, no, again, guys, thank you so much. Obviously, like I said, there's multiple options you can pick. Whether you have an Amazon Prime account, you can use a Twitch Prime subscription, absolutely free for your favorite streamer, whoever streamer that you want to desire to pick, or you pay $4.99 a month to get access to 5 emotes, ad-free viewing, and a whole bunch of content like tonight. Yeah, no, I appreciate it, guys. Iron Laser, welcome. The last Power Rangers I watched was Dino Thunder in 2000 because Tommy Oliver was in it. I'm sure he was. Jason David Frank, guys, he's always guest starring. He knows where his money is. All right? He knows where his bread is buttered. You know, he has ingratiated himself to the Power Rangers fan base and the people that make the Power Rangers for decades. He knows. He's smart. He's played the game. He knows exactly what he's doing. Macabre, one of my favorite movies of 1995, Tales from the Crypt, Demon Knight. I don't think I've seen that one. Maybe that'll be good for a future spoiler scene by scene by scene by scene breakdown. I hit myself in the face, chat. Beyond art, seeing this in theaters with my brother at age 8 was one of the greatest days of my childhood, and when we watched VHS an insane amount of times. Ivan Ooze's actor was the villain in Raiders of the Lost Ark. Holy shit, are you serious? Wait, I didn't even know this. Are you telling me he's Belloc? He's Belloc from Raiders of the Lost Ark? Is that the same actor? All right, hold the phone, chat. We gotta, hold on. Before we get into this, Paul Freeman. Let me look him up, because he's Ivan Ooze. Is he fucking... Hold on. He's fucking Belloc! In Raiders of the Lost Ark. I had no idea. Who are you? Bayonart, thank you so much for telling me that information. It all makes sense, man, because you fucking find him in this goddamn weird sarcophagus egg in the middle of the film. It's like an ancient artifact people discover. Much like, you know, in Raiders of the Lost Ark where they find the Ark of the Covenant. This was Belloc's punishment for fucking with God. Yeah, we saw his head explode, but then his essence was transferred back into the ground, right? And then he became an egg, chat, and he was laid to rest there, and he became all mutated and everything. He was born again. Belloc was born again as Ivan Ooze. It makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense. Oh, thank you so much, man. You're gonna get some Mr. Reveniers and hypes for letting me know that was the same actor. Holy fucking shit! I had no idea. That's incredible. Wow. It warped my fragile little mind, Ryan. You are not wrong. Hey, man, here's to you. Thank you for letting me know about that. Wow. I think I threw this whole stream out of the whack of the actor. I mean, I'm just surprised. I don't know how to continue now, chat. I can't talk about this movie. I am flummoxed. I am flummoxed here and before you right now. But no, I'll talk about the film in a hot second. Again, thank you guys for joining me. I do appreciate that. Just want to let you know, I will be continuing my sneaky cat daddy adventures after the review, chat. I'm gonna probably be playing the Civil War quest line in Skyrim before I jump back to the main quest. I'm gonna side with the goddamn Imperials, chat, because the Nords are fucking racist against kitty cats, and I don't want to deal with that right now. I can't do it. Like, I want to join the Stormcloaks, but because they keep just insulting me, it's like, no, fuck you. I'll fucking have the Empire subjugate you. It's what they goddamn deserve. Those dirty Nords. But, oh! I want to say this correctly. Bayon Art, thank you for the follow. Welcome to stream. You're my Huckleberry. Helping me evolve all this nice trivia. I appreciate it, man. You're adding to the stream as we speak by just being here. Your mere presence is improving it right now. So I thank you, man. Thank you again. Seriously. So, guys, we're going to get into it. We got to talk about this movie, which I just finished watching, matter of fact, because I watched about half of it last night. And the version I've been watching is actually for free on YouTube, except it has Indonesian. Whoa! Mr. Ali, get it. Thank you for the 100 biddies. Watching you got me into just playing it. You know, I missed it for so long. I spent hours robbing everything in the first town. Oh, when you went to Rorikstead or Whiterun, man, playing the Skyrim, nice, very, very cool. But I want to let you guys know. So, first of all, even before we get into it, you know, back in the day when I was a child of the '90s, as you guys know, born in 1991. So that was ripe time to be watching Power Rangers. Power Rangers came out, I believe, in 1993, 92, around that time. And so by like 95, 4, I was already watching that shit. As a 3-4-year-old, I was ingratiated to it, and so was a big fan for years. Watched the show up until from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, did Zeo, you know, did like the Dark Days of Turbo, and then eventually to Space, which is great. And honestly, it's kind of like it acts as an ending to the entire Power Rangers arc because it brings back all the other Rangers from all the teams together. And all the original villains, and Lord Zed and Rita Repulsa, not the movie villains, of course. Ivan doesn't show up, sadly. Kind of give it a hint to how I think about Ivan. And it kind of ends that arc of Power Rangers. I think it's like about 5, 6, 7 years of Power Rangers, maybe a little bit more. Like, I think it ended like in 1998 with Space Rangers. But I really enjoyed it for the time, chat. I really did like it. So, and then after Space Rangers, I never watched any of the subsequent seasons. I haven't seen anything since then. Like the late 90s was the last time I watched that show. I was moving on to stuff like Batman the Animated Series and Animaniacs and Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network. So that period of Chris's life was over. I left Power Rangers behind. I abandoned them, even though they gave me much enjoyment. I left them behind, and I continue on with other pursuits. But as a child, chat, one of the first films I did see in the theater was Mighty Morphin Power Rangers: the movie in 1995. It was that film along with Toy Story, which are some of the first films I saw in the theater. And listen, guys, as a child in the 90s, watching this show, going to a theater, seeing this on a humongous screen, which is fucking blowing my little mind at the time. Because when I was a kid, again, showing my age, we had those big blocky TVs. Not even a big screen, but like, I don't know, it must have been like, it was at least a 30 to like 28-inch television in the family room. Like, that was the family TV, right? That we all watched. And that was it. And that's how I watched Power Rangers. So to see it on this enormous screen in 1995, it blew my mind. Oh! How do I say this name? Papair Ted, thank you for the follow. Welcome to stream. How you doing today? Are you a fan of the Power Rangers? I do hope so. EMP Gene Miller, welcome. Wait, so you're old enough to have liked early Power Rangers, but not old enough to like Sonic? Goddamn right, man. I wasn't exposed to Sega as a child. Fuck that bullshit. No, I was a Nintendo kid. My parents raised me right. They didn't expose me to the horrors of Sega. I won't deal with that right now. Absolutely not. No, I was Nintendo. I played good games, not those Sonic games of the time. Shawnee Boo, welcome to stream. Hiya, Chris, and people in the chat, welcome. Again, welcome, guys. I'm going off right now on my Power Rangers experience. I'm giving you the history that I need you, the context in order to do my review properly. So I saw this film, again, 1995, or maybe it was, no, maybe I saw films like in 94, because I remember seeing Lion King in 1994, which is when the movie came out. So still, it was around the time I was starting to see movies. My parents were taking me out, allowing me to leave the goddamn house. So Lion King in 95 was Power Rangers and Toy Story. So as a little kid, as a fan of Power Rangers, I loved the movie. This is like everything I would have wanted. It was epic. It was big. There was new villains. They went to new places. The budget at the time that I thought, like, I didn't even have the concept of budget, but it was like, this is, like, there's so many more fight scenes now. I was just enamored with it, chat. And then we moved to the future 20 plus years later, chat. I'm a 28-year-old man. I'm a 28-year-old man who spent last night and the early part of this evening finishing watching Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie, yet again. That's how long it's been since I watched this movie, chat. It's been a while. And let me tell you, I have some issues with it. It's not as good as I originally thought it was. I was like, oh, maybe, Chris, the young Chris of 1995, maybe he was a fucking idiot, Because I think as we're younger, we are dumb. We're not naive. No, we're dumb little kids, chat, and we just want everything that we could possibly get, stuff into our eyes, stuff into our mouths, into our brains, consume. That's all we desire. We're selfish little shits, chat, and all I wanted was more Power Rangers, and I didn't care what form it came in. I wanted it, and I loved it. But as I have grown more mature and my tastes have changed, I can now look back and say, yeah, this isn't that great. You always have some nostalgia for something like that, of course, growing up with it, but you can also look back and see the flaws in it. And that's what I observed while watching Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie, last night and today. And so to jump right into it, guys, again, Power Rangers at the time was huge. It was one of the biggest pop culture things around. It was in the pop culture zeitgeist. The toys, the TV show, everyone was obsessed with them, including me. And, the fact that they were going to do a movie just made sense at the time. And clearly they were actually, they were putting some money behind it too. At least enough to where they thought it was going to be a good film. Or not even a good film, but at least, they're putting some... I think they put some type of effort into it to a degree. And they were testing things that really hadn't been tested at the time. Did they work at the time? Probably not. Do they work now? Definitely not. And that's the big issue. Because this movie was it cost $20 million to make. and it made a profit of $66.4 million. Pretty big success. Like, it made a profit of about 40 plus million, which is pretty good for that film. You know, and so that's why they eventually went on to do Turbo, the Power Rangers movie, which is fucking garbage, and which even as a child I remember, this is bad. Even as a child, because we all know, chat, Turbo, the Turbo arc of the Power Rangers is terrible. We don't like that. We went from fucking giant robot dinosaurs and animals to cars. And I never liked cars as a kid, or even now. Just, I don't care about what the car looks like. As long as it gets me to my goddamn destination, I don't give a shit. And then we went from robot giant animals to fucking cars. That's not cool. That's lame. And that's why Turbo, the Power Rangers movie is lame. And will I review that someday? Probably will. And I will not be as positive about that film as I'm going to be positive about this movie. But let's set the scene, chat. So they open with this movie fucking ripping stuff off already, which is smart, to be fair. If you're going to make a Power Rangers movie, let's, take some stuff from some better properties. And so this movie opens up, with the Fox, 20th Century Fox, all that spiel. But then it opens with a goddamn crawl a la Star Wars, chat. And they basically break down what Power Rangers is. They give you the history of Zordon, who was this powerful space wizard who, was like, listen, he fights evil around the universe, and he came to Earth, and he recruits, teenagers. As they say in this film, extraordinary teenagers. That's bullshit, by the way. It's teenagers with attitude. If they don't have the attitude, they can't fight evil, Chad. That's what I've learned while watching Power Rangers. But, okay, we'll go with the movie saying. Extraordinary teenagers. We get a little backstory to Alpha 5, and kind of like the general setting of what's happening, who the Power Rangers are. It's like, oh, this is cool. Okay, so for the people who haven't seen Power Rangers, getting a little caught up on it, which is good. So after the opening crawl spiel, we immediately cut to an airplane in the sky, and we see not the Power Rangers, chat, but some fucking hallmarks of the goddamn franchise, Bulk and Skull. Do I know who Bulk and Skull are? No, I don't. But I'm gonna look them up right now. They are Paul Shire, who plays Bulk, and Jason Narvey, who plays Skull. And typically, guys, in the television show, they are the bullies, the comedic relief, if you will. One is very fat, one is very skinny, very Three Stooges-esque. And, and I'll say this, guys, I'm a fan of Bulk and Skull. I know some people dislike them, but you know what? They brought a lot of humor to the show, which was necessary. And they proved that, bullies, like, they're bad, but underneath that facade, they are just as awkward, insensitive, and insecure as anyone else. And that's what Bulk and Skull functioned as in the Power Rangers show and, to a certain extent in this movie. So we cut to them in a plane. Bulk and Skull, they were going to fucking jump out of this plane. We don't know really why they want to do that. It's unknown. But they're hyping themselves up. And then immediately behind them, we get the fucking Rangers cast, guys. Now, I have an issue because I forgot about this. It's not the original Rangers cast. I mean, we get some of the hallmarks of the franchise. We get some of the good ones. Fucking Tommy Oliver. Say it right now, guys. Jason David Frank, Tommy Oliver, the best Ranger of them all. I don't think that's controversial to say. He was the Green Ranger, which Green Ranger was always my favorite. Started out as a villain in the original TV show, which, again, was so cool to me. That Rita Repulsa controlled his mind and used him to fight the other Rangers. I always thought that was really, really cool. I love that idea. I would have wished that if they had done like the more recent Power Rangers films, like the 2017 film, which is great, if they were building towards Tommy Oliver. Thank you! Mr. Lowry, thank you for the 100 biddies! Tipsy Chris's movie breakdowns, you goddamn right! Here's to you, Mr. Lowry. Thank you so much. I've been drinking a lot. I'm hiding the whiskey in my tummy as we speak, chat. I swallowed a big piece of ice there. But, so Tommy Oliver, great, he's the hallmark of the franchise. We love him. But instead of Green Ranger, he's the White Ranger. He's the White Power Ranger. And I've never been a big fan of the White Power Ranger, chat. I preferred the Green Ranger. For obvious reasons. But we also get another hallmark of the franchise. We also get Kimberly in there. She's in there. She's excited. Kimberly, super hot. She's like one of the best Rangers. The original Pink Ranger. Great. One of my first crushes as a youth, chat. Love her. We also get Billy the Blue Ranger. Who I've always liked Billy. He's the nerd of the group. People make fun of him. I want a very dark behind the scenes tidbit, chat. A little bit of a fun fact, except it is not fun whatsoever. The actor, that plays Billy the Blue Ranger, David Yost, he's gay. And during the time, actually, of filming specifically the Power Ranger series, he was heavily mocked on set for being gay by the crew. I don't know if it was from the other actors, but it was the people who actually worked on the show, and that was pretty fucking dark and sad. And he recently talked about that in the last few years, and it makes me not feel all that great. Mr. Ollie, thank you again for the 35 biddies, for, you know, breaking the ice after that little tidbit of knowledge I just gave you. Thank you so much. But then we also do some other members of the team. Jason, the Red Ranger, sadly is not among us. We get Rocky, who is the second Red Ranger. I'm not the biggest Rocky fan in the world, guys. I think the actor is okay, but he's no Jason. I also believe we don't have Trini. It's I don't know who the new Yellow Ranger is. Trini left during the show, and we're replaced with the a new Yellow Ranger. She's black, not Asian. And then the final member is Adam. Zach left, I think, after the first season. Now we have Adam, who's the Black Ranger, which is probably better because, you know, Zach was an actual black man playing the Black Ranger. So that was a little weird and awkward. So we have some new members and some old members, and it's like, okay, that's fine. I like some of the people, you know, other people I'm like, a little nebulous about. We got some OG guys. But the thing is, Bulk and Skull, they're all, you know, they want to jump out of this fucking airplane. They're all about it until they fucking open it up, right? And they're looking down like, oh, fuck that. No. We can't do it because, you know, they're cowardly, chat. They're the Three Stooges. But the Power Rangers, they're all about it. Like, we're going to fucking go. And one by one, they're jumping out. They're doing the little catchphrases, you know, some goddamn TMNT, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle bullshit in my Power Rangers movie. I don't want it, chat. I don't want it. Okay? I respect TMNT. Do I like it? Not particularly. But I respect it. But I don't want that in my Power Rangers movie. Fucking Cowabunga and all that shit. No. I want Power Rangers. That's all I want. I understand you like the goddamn Teenage Mutant Turtle guys. I didn't grow up on it, all right? I grew up in Power Rangers. I'm being honest with you right now. Shout out to Raphael. I'm going to give a shout out to Donatello, man. I think he's an underrated Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. I like that guy a lot. So they're jumping out one by one. They're all doing cool shit. You know, a lot of style. A lot of style over substance in this movie, which, you know, you wouldn't expect of a Power Rangers film. But Bulk and Skull are staying in the plane. Now we immediately cut to the ground to think, like, why are the Rangers jumping out of this airplane? It's for a charity event to save the observatory in Angel Grove City. I guess the observatory is about to be shut down. Do we ever see the observatory? No. So I don't really know what it is. I guess it's to look out in the space and shit, which is actually important. Because they gotta keep an eye on Rita Repulsa and Lord Zed, who have their secret hidden base on the moon, but also other alien threats. So it's probably good to keep the observatory open. And the Rangers are agreeing to jump out, which, by the way, they're all high school students, even though they look like they're 35 fucking years old. But they're all jumping on the thing, and they're going to do this for charity, basically. I think it's like $10,000 they gotta raise. Not that much, honestly, to keep the observatory open, but they're doing it. They all start to jump out, and they're gonna be landing on a specific target. Meanwhile, we meet this new kid named Frank, I believe. I think it's like this little kid, Frank. He's going to play an important role in the movie. Or Frank. Is it Frank or Francis, chat? I think it's Frank. I could be wrong. Or Fred. It's Fred. It's Fred, chat. So we meet this little kid named Fred who's talking to his dad. And he's just shit talking to his dad. He's like, Dad, why can't you be like the high school people like Tommy Oliver? Which apparently in this town, Tommy Oliver and his friends are the biggest celebrities in the world. Everyone knows who they are. No one knows that they're the Power Rangers, as indicated by the opening crawl. But these like 6 high school kids, incredibly popular and well known throughout the town, even though they're not really celebrities in any capacity. It's very bizarre. But he's talking shit to his dad. It's like, why can't you be more like Tommy Oliver? And the dad dies inside very quietly. He doesn't even respond to his son because he knows he can never be as cool or as young or as athletic as Tommy Oliver. And he dies a little bit. You see that in the actor's eyes. He captured that well, in my opinion. But then the Rangers start coming in. They all land on the target. And it was like, oh, yay, we did it. We're going to donate all this money to save the observatory. The Rangers land. The little kid comes over. He's like, oh, I love you guys. You're like much better than my shit dad, who I despise, and who's just a failure. He can't have sex with my mom anymore. It's like, oh, you know. And the dad comes over. He's like, hi. And, you know, he's sad and pathetic. Meanwhile, the Rangers are questioning, like, oh, thanks, kid we just met, don't say that about your dad. What happened to Bulk and Skull? We cut immediately back up to the airplane. Bulk and Skull have still not jumped out. They're trying to psych themselves up. They do jump out, but they're just fucking wrestling in the sky after they jump out. And eventually, they find themselves in a construction yard. The Rangers are also like rollerblading and skateboarding through it as well. But Bulk and Skull find themselves in a construction yard. These construction workers come over. It's like, you can't be here, teenagers, even though Bulk and Skull are clearly 35 fucking years old. Quickly might be 40-year-olds by the time this movie ends. Like, you can't be here, but vaguely Bulk and Skull, they say something and that distracts them. But then the fucking foreman, he says, oh, we fucking found something. Come over here. And so all of the construction workers come up to the foreman, and they find what looks like a giant sewer grate with a face on it. It's like, clearly it's the entrance to an ancient temple. And little do we know, Chad, this is actually the prison of the premier villain of the film, Ivan Ooze. And the construction workers are like, well, fuck, this is an archaeological discovery. Should we call the university? Should we call some scientists? No, let's just fucking open it up right now. Let's just fucking do it. There might be some valuables inside, which I get, man. They're not, and maybe they're paid well. I don't know. How much does a construction worker make? You know? It's a very dangerous job. I would hope they're paid a lot of money. But if they're not, then I could see why they would just say, you know what, fuck it. Let's open this up. Let's take whatever's inside, and so I could support our goddamn families for once. You know, my health insurance is through the fucking roof because this job is so dangerous. So they decide to open it up, and out comes this giant purple egg. And they're like, well, this is fucking weird. And so they pull a Prometheus chat, or at least, you know, but this is like about 20 years before Prometheus eventually came out. But they do pull a Prometheus, and where one of the workers is like, I'm going to touch the egg. He touches the egg. He's fucking zapped back. He's dead. He gets killed. It's like, you don't touch the Ivan Ooze egg. And it's like, all right, well, this thing's obviously dangerous. We should not touch this thing. The police get called. They square off. They shut down the construction site. They fucking tape up the egg, and it's like, no one can go through this area. We're going to guard this thing until we can get some people in here and know what's happening. Now, meanwhile, fucking Zordon and Alpha 5 are like, fuck, they got the egg. God damn it. Honestly, we probably should have killed all the construction workers before, or somehow used some type of manipulation on them so they wouldn't dig in that area. Because Zordon and Alpha 5 reveal that is the burial place of Ivan Ooze, who has been buried there for 6,000 years, chat. When Zordon first came to Earth and got the original Power Rangers team to keep him there so he wouldn't, you know, destroy the world and also the galaxy. And he's like, shit, we gotta call the Rangers. And so the Rangers, they're skateboarding, you know, and skating everywhere. They get a call from Zordon. They go to Zordon Alpha 5. Alpha 5, aye, Rangers! And it's wonderful. I love that voice. He explains the history, all the exposition chat. Ivan Ooze, 6,000 years ago, tried to destroy the world, the galaxy. He's an ultimate evil. He's super powerful. He's much more powerful than Marine Repulsor or Zed or any threat you face. You get it, Chet. He's strong. So they get all this information. Meanwhile, fucking Lord Zed and Marine Repulsor and Goldar and all the other cronies, they show up. It's like, all right, well, we fucking found the egg. Lord Zed says, I've been looking for this thing for 2,000 years, and these fucking humies dug it up. So I'm going to take this right now. Murders the cops, because like, all right, get the fuck out of here. Fucking hits them. He says, go to sleep, but he murdered them, chat. There's no question. The fucker looks like Carnage. He clearly killed them. Rita Paul says, talking her shit, like, make my sponsor grow, and all that. So he says, you know, a bunch of puns. Let's break this egg, all that, crack this egg, whatever the hell he says. Opens the egg, and then we are birthed Belloc from Raiders of the Lost Ark. Ivan Ooze in this case. He's like, oh my god, I'm here. And I'll tell you this, guys. I like Ivan Ooze a lot. I'm not going to lie. I know it's a very controversial take, but I think this villain's a lot of fun. I think some of the CGI that is used with him throughout the movie is god-awful. That's the thing about this film, guys, is that we're going to start to see a lot more of the CGI throughout the film. Not yet. It still feels like a classic Power Rangers episode or multi-power episode arc in the series, but the CGI stuff has not aged well. Like, the original series looks better than this movie. That's one of my big criticisms of it. But I like the actor who's playing Ivan Ooze. He seems to be having a lot of fun with the role, which, you know, despite his circumstances, he probably wouldn't be. The last thing this guy, who was like, you know, a villain in one of the greatest, action adventure films of all time is then reduced to playing a Power Rangers villain. You think that'd be, that'd be a low point in his career, but he's all about it, chat. He's excited, making reference after reference. He's cracking some jokes. Like, he's, actually, taking the piss out of Lord Zed and Rita Repulsa, even though he says, okay, I'll help you guys. I'll help destroy the Rangers. That's what it is. Rangers eventually are teleported to the construction site. They meet Ivan Ooze. And this is when we get a lot of the action sequences. But this action sequence is not too bad. And so Ivan Ooze summons his putties. They're not really putties, though. They're kind of a cross between putties, Ivan Ooze himself, and the Predator, because they have oozy dreadlocks. And so he summons them, and he fucking jets out of there. He teleports out. And the Rangers are just fighting them without their armor at first. But then they're like, oh, we can't beat these guys. These guys are stronger than putties. And so then they transform into their Ranger gear, right? And their suits. And these suits are different from the show. They're more armored. Clearly because, you gotta sell those fucking action figures, man. And this whole action sequence that we see is all to sell new Power Rangers merch. Mr. Lowy, thank you! Mr. Lowy, Chris is very animated today. Oh, thank you, man. I have to be for these reviews. I've been drinking. I do this for you. I drink for you guys, not for myself. No. It helps me get through this discussion. Oh my God. That whiskey is coursing through Herman's veins like the ultimate warrior. I'm a goddamn warrior, chat. So, they transform into their Ranger suits and their little buffer. They have armor plating now. It's like, oh, this is different. This is kind of cool. And then throughout this entire sequence, they're showing off all sorts of new gadgets. The Yellow Ranger has this, flashlight beacon head, and it lights up the area. They all have different types of tools. Tommy Oliver's White Ranger, he has this dagger that doesn't cut anything. The pommel actually does all the work. It's not the sharp part, but the pommel, which has like a white tiger's head. White power tiger's head. He has a laser beam. They eventually defeat the Ivan Ooze's putties. Oh, it's great success. Meanwhile, when all this is happening, though, Ivan Ooze is like, well, I'm going to distract the Rangers because this, Ivan Ooze is a competent villain, guys. He's not like Rita Repulsa or Lord Zed. He's got some strategy here. He's actually using his pawns to distract, and meanwhile, he heads to the fucking Power Rangers base. I forget what it's called in the show. I don't remember, chat. It's been too long. Generals Lordy, welcome to stream. General reporting for stream duty. All aboard the hype train. Woo! Good to see you, my man. Welcome. This is all because of you, man. I'm reviewing Power Rangers the movie right now. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers the movie. So Ivan Ooze, he gets to the Power Rangers home base, and he's like, oh, here I am, man. Got no fucking Rangers. He fucking takes out Alpha 5, backhands Alpha 5, starts destroying everything. It's like, again, as a kid, guys, this is like traumatic. Like, no villain has infiltrated the base of the Power Rangers before, but this guy did it like that. Like, he knew exactly what to do. He takes out everything. And then, he's doing his shit talk. He's making various references like, oh, I haven't had this much fun since the Spanish Inquisition. And he's like, I've missed so much. The Brady Bunch reunion, which has not aged well. A lot of these lines, even at the time, have not aged well. The thing that's confusing about Ivan Ooze, he makes it like a lot of modern day references, even though he's been imprisoned in a fucking egg on the earth for 6,000 years. So how does he know about the Brady Bunch or the Black Plague or the Spanish Inquisition? I don't know, but he makes these references, Jeff. Again, this might be Belloc in another life, because Belloc would know those things. You think, oh, Mr. Lowy, thank you so much for the 39. You've been very generous today, man. Thank you so much for the 39 biddies. Joey the Jedi, welcome to stream. Good to see you. Golden, he clowns the Rangers when they introduce themselves. He does, man. He talks shit. That's why I like Ivan Ooze, because he's like, you know what? I'm going to talk shit. I'm pretty powerful. I'm competent. I know what I'm doing. Like, yeah, 6,000 years ago I got, but I'm a little wiser now. And I really like that about Ivan Ooze. And even his design is kind of fun. I also think that helps is that you actually see the actor's face in it, and a lot of personality comes out, unlike Lord Zed or Goldar. It's like, yeah, those are classic Power Rangers villains, and I love them for the time. But Ivan Ooze, guys, I like him a lot as a villain. I think he does a good job. Like, honestly, I would have liked to see him continue on as a main threat in the series. I think he could have brought a lot to that. That's just me saying. I know it's controversial, but I think he could have done it. Crimson, Maybe he spent some time at the library before conquering the world. Knowledge is power. It's true. Knowledge is power. As Peter Baelish of Game of Thrones once said. So we immediately cut back to the construction site where the Rangers defeated the Ivan Ooze putties. The Rangers are like, yeah! But then when they say yeah, their fucking Ranger suits shut off. They become normal, squishy humans again. They're like, well, what the fuck happened? What's going on? It's like, oh no, Ivan Ooze. He probably went to the home base and killed Alpha 5 and Zordon. Like, we gotta get over there. They fucking hustle on over there. And, oh! T-Sweet7. You're my Huckleberry. Welcome to stream. Just reviewing the Power Rangers movie right now. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie, the 1995 classic. Welcome. Hope you're doing very well tonight. What up to you as well, good sir. Here's to you. So they head over to the base. Alpha 5's fucked up. They give us 100 biddies. Ivan's smart. He can do stuff. He's not stupid. He's smart. He is smart. He's not dumb. Like everyone says, he really is, Chet. Like, I'm not, bullshit on Ivan Ooze. I have a lot of respect for this villain in the Power Rangers lore. I think he's very competent. So the Rangers head over to their secret base. What is it, the headquarters? What's the Power Rangers secret base called, chat? I forgot what it's called. It's called something. Command Center. It's the Command Center. Jesus Christ. Thank you. It's the Command Center. So they head back to the Command Center. Alpha 5's fucked up. The base is destroyed. They find Zordon in a human-esque form. Not in his giant test tube baby form, but just him in a little blanket. And he's like, you fucked up, kids. You didn't do what I told you to do, and you fucked up, and I'm dying. Now the Ranger's like, oh my God, Zordon's gonna die. Zordon, you are like a father to us, says Kimberly. It really got me there. Just like, oh, Kimberly, because her father, I don't think it even exists. I don't know if the Rangers even have families. We never see them with their parents at all. You just kind of assume they have. I mean, no, they don't, because they're 35 fucking years old. They clearly not living with their parents anymore. But Kimberly's like, Zordon, you're like a father. And Zordon's like, thank you, but you still fucked up. But Alpha 5 comes in and says, Rangers, there's actually another way. And Alpha 5 lays down some exposition. If you go to the planet of, what's it called? It's like a new planet they gotta go to. Oh, shit. What's it called? Phaedos. It's called Phaedos. Alpha 5 reveals that if they go to the planet of Phaedos, they can repower their suits, and they can encounter a warrior master to help on their journey and defeat Ivan Ooze. It's like, oh, shit. All right, let's go to Phaedos. And Alpha 5 says, like, listen. It's a one-way trip. I can send you there, but I can't bring you back. So you got to get this power in order to return to Earth and fight Ivan Ooze. And the Rangers are like, shit, all right, we'll do it. We got to save you, Alpha 5. We got to save Zordon, who's being his little potato sack. We got to help him out in the world itself. And so Alpha 5 sends them off to Phaedos, chat. Then we cut back to the secret moon base of Rita Repulsa and Lord Zed. They're pretty jazzed about that, like, all right, Ivan Ooze, he's doing a lot of stuff, man. Defeated the Rangers, even though he escaped, so they're a little mad about that. Zordon, Alpha 5 are fucked up. Fucking Ivan Ooze just comes walking in, like he owns the goddamn place, because he kind of does. And he's like, all right, listen, Lord Zed, Repulsa, I appreciate you freeing me, but you are incompetent. I'm far more powerful than you. I'm going to take this operation over. Lord Zed's not happy about that, because he's the big cheese. And he attacks him. But it does nothing to Ivan Ooze whatsoever. He's like, oh, it fucking tickles. And then he takes Rita Repulsa and Lord Zed and puts them inside a snow globe. I don't know why. He just did that. And he's like, all right, we'll take that. They're out of the movie now, which is kind of disappointing. I would like to have seen more Lord Zed and Rita Repulsa. A note for this film, chat, because we also see more of Goldar and the Pig Guy at this point. Again, there is a certain cheapness to the film. They don't use the suits from the series. Like, the Goldar mask and suit looks a lot cheaper than it does in the show. It's a lot more plasticky. Same with the Pig Guy. Yeah, I think even Rita Repulsa's actor is different. It's very weird to me. I was a little off-put by that. But Ivan Ooze is like, all right, I own this fucking thing. They're gone. I'm clearly more competent than them. And he is, chat. He's like, all right, I got to take out these Rangers. I'm going to create some new putties, and he basically hawks a giant loogie across the room, and it births these bird creatures. And, you know, very Wicked Witch of the West-esque chat. And he says, all right, go to Phaedos, because he apparently finds out where they're going to. And go kill the Rangers. And they're like, ah! And they go. They just fucking fly off into space, because apparently they can survive the vacuum of space, chat, because they're gooey, loogie. They're basically, they're phlegm. They're phlegm monsters, and they can survive in outer space. I don't get it. I don't understand. So they're off there. We immediately cut back to the Rangers on Phaedos. They encounter some troubles. You know, they see a lot of dead bodies here. Apparently, other people have come for the power of the Rangers and failed. We see multiple alien species, skeletons of alien species. Like, shit, what are we going to do? Well, let's go. I guess, just walk. And so they start walking, and the bird creatures apparently show up very quickly. And they start attacking the Rangers. And the thing is, the Rangers can't really beat them because they're too powerful. They don't have their suits. They're going to get their asses kicked. And all of a sudden, Xena, from Xena the Warrior Princess, Lucy Liu, shows up. I don't know the character's name, chat, but I'm going to call her Xena. But she basically is Xena in the fucking fur panties and everything. You know, covering the nips and all that. She helps out the Rangers. She gets rid of the bird creatures. They fly off to report back to Ivan News that they failed. And she's like, oh, who the hell are you teenagers with attitude? And they explain who they are. And she's like, oh, we're the Power Rangers. I don't know what the fuck that is. And then they mention Zordon and Ivan News. She's like, oh, fucking Ivan News? You didn't beat him yet? Oh, shit, you guys are fucked. He's like, okay, I'm going to help you out. Ivan News, he's bad. He's Space Hitler, basically. So I'm going to lead you to the source of power. You're going to have to go on a quest of sorts to get the ultimate power, but I'm going to help you out to a certain degree. So she takes it to this like ancient temple-esque area, and she imbues them with different powers, or basically Zords, chat, their theme. Because in Power Rangers, you know, again, you have like certain animals that are associated with each Power Ranger. So for example, with Tommy as the Green Ranger, it was like a giant dragon Zord, and as a White Ranger, it's a white saber-toothed tiger. You know, for like Billy, it was the Triceratops. So each one gets a new animal in this time. And they get like a cool ninja outfit, which is kind of neat. And so I believe, oh, here we go. See, I'm glad that Wikipedia laid this out for me. So they get a spirit animal, basically, chat. So Aisha, who has replaced Trini in the series as the Yellow Ranger, that's who the character is. She gets a bear this time. Rocky, the Red Ranger, he gets a gorilla or just an ape. Billy, instead of a Triceratops, he now gets a wolf. Kimberly, this is kind of a little bit of a letdown for Kimberly. She had a pterodactyl, which is really cool, but now she gets a crane, which I guess crane could be kind of cool. Tommy Oliver gets a falcon, so Tommy Oliver always, I love Tommy Oliver, but he always gets the coolest animals, gets fucking goddamn dragon, then white saber-toothed tiger, and then a falcon this time, which is like, oh, that's pretty cool. And then poor fucking Adam, guys, the Black Ranger. He goes from a mastodon to a fucking frog, and he's not jazzed about it at all. But then the Xena says, you know what, frogs are kind of sexy. You know, they can turn the princess, and she just fucking, she smooches him, chat, and that lifts his spirits up. He's like, I don't mind being a frog now. And she sends him on their quest. Meanwhile, we cut back to Earth, and Ivan Ooze is enacting his master plan. T-Sweet, welcome! CDL0R, hope you're doing well tonight. I'm a frog. Yes, that is the dialogue that Adam delivers. Not great. By the way, the actor who plays Adam, oh god, what's his name? Bosk? I can't always say Johnny Young Bosk. He's been a Ranger for a very long time. Apparently doing a lot of voice work now, so good for him. Very happy to see him continue his career, especially in the animation realm. But so they're going off on their quest, and we really come back to Earth because then we're revealed what Ivan Ooze is doing. Again, Ivan Ooze, very competent. He's like, okay, well, I'm going to do the thing that Lord Zed and Rita Repulsor should have done on a mass scale. I'm going to enslave the adults of Angel Grove to work for me. I'm going to, and he pulls kind of a Joker chat. Remember Joker, the Batman 1989, the Tim Burton directed film, when Joker, in order to create chaos in Gotham, he takes over Ace Chemicals and begins adding like deadly toxins to various products like shampoos or makeup or deodorant, and it basically kills people. Ivan Ooze does something very similar in that way, where he's like, okay, I'm going to take over the goddamn pharmaceutical industry. I'm going to put Ivan Ooze in medicine, in shampoos, or just sell fucking Ivan Ooze, and somehow you schmucks are just gonna fucking buy it. And so people are buying his ooze, which again, they don't really detail how it's mass produced. Maybe he's just, he's just jerking it the entire time. I mean, he's coughing it up and stuff. He's like, he's having his Emperor Palpatine moments, chat, lightning out of his hands. But listen, man, that's a lot of goddamn ooze. I don't know how he produced that much in a very limited time. It's a little, it's weird. So eventually he enslaves many of the adults of Angel Grove. We also cut back to Fred and his disappointing father. Fred's like, oh, Mom, my dad, who I kind of wish was dead, is being enslaved by Ivan Ooze. I got to investigate this shit. Like, something's wrong here. And he goes to investigate, and he learns that Ivan Ooze's plan is not just to enslave the people, create like an army or something in Angel Grove. It's like, no, it's to dig up his Zords. Because Ivan Ooze also has Zords in the form of a praying mantis and a scorpion. And they're all at the construction site, and they're all digging up. The kid's like, shit, I gotta get out of here. I gotta find the Rangers. But the Rangers are on a fucking alien planet, chat. They don't know what's going on. They're trying to get their power back. So after that, we cut back to Phaedos again. The Rangers go on their quest. They fight, which is actually not too bad. They have like this cool wirework fight with an undead Triceratops, and I think it was kind of cool at the time. And they go on various other quests. They also fight these orc-like creatures again to prove their strength, and they defeat them. They fucking murder all these animals, Chad. They murder the undead Triceratops, and they also murder the orcs. Which, I mean, they have to. They got to prove themselves to the space gods or whatever. They eventually get to the temple where they need to get to get the power, the ancient power. They obtain the power, and then they're able to transform into their ranger suits again. Now, if you guys can correct me, are the ranger suits different in the scene? Because I couldn't tell. They looked very similar, and I noticed this because I thought maybe they'd be more themed after the creatures that they became. Like, for example, Adam. But Adam, as I saw later on in the film, he's still very much in his Mastodon Black Ranger suit, because you can see the tusks, so it's not very frog-like. So clearly, they just turned back into their regular Ranger suits. I guess they couldn't make new Ranger suits for the film. Too fucking expensive, chat. Cost $20 million to make this movie. I guess they couldn't make additional suits. Fair enough. They're a bit fancier. They got more armor in the movie. In the opening, they do. But I didn't know if their suits changed again during this scene. I couldn't tell. JT Grimm, welcome to the stream. The chess coins. See, that's why you guys are here to tell me what's what. Thank you, JT Grimm. The chess coins change. That's the one difference. You can just pop those little suckers out. You could change those up, no problem. No one didn't even know the difference. You're not really looking at the chests. You was looking at the mask. That's what I was looking at as a kid. I always liked how the masks were shaped. So, they get the power back. They're like, oh, shit, we can teleport ourselves back to Angel Grove. And they do so. And meanwhile, fucking Ivan Ooze is like, all right, you got my Zords out of the ground. Thank you, adults of Angel Grove. Really appreciate you. Go commit suicide. Go kill yourselves. This is, again, fucking Ivan Ooze is kind of a badass. He's super competent. He's like, yeah, I don't really have any use for you now. You just go kill yourselves. And he says, go walk into the giant fucking mass grave you just dug my Zords out of. And they go ahead and proceed to do so. Takes him a while to get there, chat. But he's like, all right, that's done. I'm going to pump my ooze back into my Zords to bring them life. I mean, he's just fucking pumping, chat. Pumping the entire goddamn time into his Zords. And eventually that brings them life. As we all know, that's what happens. So his Zords are back on. They start attacking the city. The Rangers eventually also do show up. And they're like, fuck. His Zords are here. There's a praying mantis Zord and a scorpion Zord. Clearly they're filled with jism, chat. That's what's powering them. I'm not going to beat around the bush. They're not filled with oops. It's jism. We know it's jism. All right, let's all admit it right now. So they got to defeat the jism Zords. And so also, along with their, the new power they've obtained, they also get new Zords. So again, much like their animals, you get a fucking Falcon Zord, Crane Zord, Wolf Zord, Frog Zord, and they, again, typical Power Ranger fashion, they fight them all separately at first. And it's like, oh, that's cool. But again, they're not very powerful. Oh, Mr. Lowry, thank you so much. I've been pumping that ooze through. He's got to pump, man. That's the only way you can bring something to life. You got to start pumping, chat. And that is how reproduction works. The Power Rangers, the movie, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie, 1995 classic, teaches how reproduction works. You just pump the ooze into the Zords and you birth the baby. That's how it works, Cap. Clipping yet again. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. So the Rangers start fighting them all. And, it's like, okay, it's kind of evenly matched. Ivan Ooze and Goldar. By the way, guys, Ivan Ooze, like, he also talks shit to Goldar and the Pigman to a certain extent. He's like, don't touch me. But he actually treats them with more respect than Lord Zed and Rita Repulsa does. Like, he says, like, okay, like, we can have fun together and stuff, but, still, just, you're not on my level, but I'll still ask you for your opinion and things, and, I appreciate you for what you're offering me. It's like, oh, that's kind of cool. Again, Ivan Ooze, much better villain than, I'm saying it right here, chat. Ivan Ooze is a much better villain than Rita Repulsa and Lord Zed. Don't at me right now. That's just how I feel. Because he's very competent in this film, except, when he's not. So, the Rangers go, okay, we can't defeat the Jism Scorpion and the Jism Praying Mantis. We gotta form a goddamn Zord. And so, they take out, they fucking get the Megazord, at least most of the Megazord, and they kill the Jism Scorpion and the Jism Praying Mantis. And Ivan was like, fuck! That's what I was doing the whole time. That's what I was building towards. All right, fuck this. And so he, does some... oh, by the way, guys, I forgot this fight sequence. This is why the movie has... look, Power Rangers, again, has always looked cheap. But this is where it actually looks its cheapest. This is the film version of the show. But the film version has aged worse than the actual TV show. That's because they use a lot of CGI in this movie. And it's not good CGI. This is 1995, $20 million level CGI. You can't do much of that. And it looks really cheap and really fake. And when you look at, like, the old battles from the TV show where they used practical effects, they had guys in suits and things, that ages much better. Yeah, it's a guy in a suit, but it has some weight to it. Like, these CGI creatures that they're using, they look so fake. They're just fucking floating there, and they're in a CGI city. Like, nothing about it feels real. And that's my big criticism of the film. It's like, yeah, the acting is bad, and yeah, a lot of the dialogue's bad and things, but... like, this is where it's like, at least if you're going to try to enjoy a Power Rangers product, at least have a fun battle. And they can't even do that right. And that's a big problem I have with this movie, is just the awful use of CGI throughout. Now we need the Jism Rangers to defeat the evil Jism Zords. And that's what they do. They do defeat them. They do defeat the Jism Scorpion and the Jism Praying Mantis. But now Ivan Ooze is pretty pissed about it because that was his big master plan. He's going to use these things to destroy Angel Grove, and also, take over the world and take over the universe and shit. Meanwhile, what else is happening? Because Ivan Ooze, he becomes like a Zord-esque creature himself, takes the parts of the Jism Praying Mantis and Scorpion to form a new, Megazord Ivan Ooze, basically. And he starts tussling with him. Meanwhile, we cut back to Fred, who basically is like, all right, well, listen. He goes to, like, this big, massive party. Fucking kids, including Bulk and Skull. It's like a whole bunch of teenagers and children, and also Bulk and Skull, who are at least 45 years old at this point. And they're just hanging out, and they're just huffing Ivan Ooze, man. They're drinking it, they're huffing it, sticking up their butts. They're doing a lot of stuff with it right now. And Fred's like, I do not want to do this. Guys, our parents are literally marching towards their death. They are about to commit suicide because Ivan Ooze told them to do it. We have to save them. And then Bulk and Skull, you know what, kid? Even though we are really not that responsible, we do have a heart of gold. Because, as we learned, chat, in the beginning of the movie, it's like, I understand now. Bulk and Skull, they said they wanted to jump out of the airplane because, oh, that's really cool. It's like, no, actually. They wanted to participate in the jumping out of the plane because they wanted to raise money for the observatory. Because that is the hallmark of the Angel Grove community. So even though they say that they're bullies, they're actually good people who want to help out their community, and they actually respect the Rangers. It's like that. In this moment, we understand who Bulk and Skull are as characters. Because even though they like to party, they're a little bit lazy, but in their heart of hearts, they do care about the community and their friends. And they said, Fred, we're going to help you prevent your useless dad, who probably should be dead, from committing suicide. And all the children and teenagers of Angel Grove go to save their parents, and they get to the fucking pit, and they're basically pushing on the parents like, don't kill yourself. Don't do it. And meanwhile, the Rangers, oh, by the way, the Rangers Megazord is not completed yet because Tommy, he was fucking around in his White Power Falcon Zord, and he eventually attaches himself to the Zord, and then the Rangers like, okay, well, fuck. Clearly, Ivan Ooze's Zord is very good on the ground. Let's take him to fucking outer space, and we can kick his ass, right? And he's like, all right, let's do that. So they go out in outer space. Ivan Ooze is like, I'm gonna get you. And they start tussling in space and shit. Terrible CGI. Meanwhile, a comet is circling the Earth, or the moon is about to hit the Earth. While they're battling, the Rangers like, all right, here's this comet who just suddenly showed up, which we're just learning about right now. And they use their exhaust fumes or blasting power or something, and they push Ivan Ooze away in the direction of the comet. Ivan Ooze is like, what was that? I was like, oh, fuck. And he blows up and dies. So Ivan Ooze is defeated. The Rangers have victory. Rangers go back to Angel Grove. With the death of Ivan Ooze, all the parents get out of their hypnosis. Even Fred's dad, who definitely should be dead because he's useless. I mean, really. I mean, any of the parents should be dead. It's Fred's dad. He has no point in this movie. But he's fine. Everyone's happy. Bulk and Skull are hailed as heroes. They talk themselves up again. A little arrogant. You know, they're not very humble, Bulk and Skull. But, you know, it's okay. The Rangers, they start to celebrate. Angel Grove throws a big celebration. Thank you, Rangers, for saving everyone. Really appreciate you. Bulk and Skull are jealous. They fucking hang out with Fred. There's a little hint at, oh, maybe Fred. Maybe Fred could possibly become a Ranger, chat. Matter of fact, Fred says, maybe I'll become Fred the Gold Ranger. And like, what? And there is a Gold Ranger in the series, chat, but it's not Fred. Actually, later on in the series, during the Zeo arc, it's Jason, the original Red Ranger. He comes back as the Gold Ranger, which is a really cool suit. I actually think the Gold Ranger is very underappreciated. It's like a black and gold. And that's it. So the movie ends, big fireworks, yay, thank you, Rangers. And then we eventually cut back to the moon base. A fucking Goldar, Rangers, mistress, he's taken over. He's like, okay, Ivan Ooze, he's dead. He was the most common villain out of anybody, but even he's gone. I'm gonna run the moon base. And then, suddenly, the fucking doors to the secret moon base open, and in walks in fucking Rita Repulsa, Lord Zed, hand in hand. They just got done fucking, you know it, chat. And they don't want Goldar sitting on that goddamn throne. And Goldar's like, fuck. Credits. And that's the end of the movie. That is Mighty Morphin, Power Rangers, the movie, the 1995 classic. Hope you enjoyed the review, chat.